And I'm on my way as captain of a 90-foot yacht that does a spinabout back in 110 feet. Did I mention that? So it's very skilled.
Welcome to the Woman Angler and Adventurer podcast, inspiring real women with a passion for fishing and the outdoors to go get their adventure on. Now, here's your fearless host, Angie Scott.
Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of the Woman Angler and Adventurer podcast. I'm getting the opportunity to do another on-location interview, which I absolutely love. We're in Cape Coral right now, sitting by the water on the balcony at the Westin. And I was down here for the Freedom Boat Club conference, but whenever I travel, I love to get introduced to amazing women who are doing awesome things in the industry. And so I just got introduced to Melody King, and I'm excited to have her on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Angie. It's wonderful to be here.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Well, so I just got introduced to you by a mutual Facebook friend who's here as well, Matt. I don't know if you didn't know you were going to be on the show.
That's cool. How you doing?
Mr. Man's the man.
Yeah. And so glad to have both of you here. But so you have quite the story, and I guess if you want to just kind of introduce yourself and give a little bit of background and kind of your journey to where you are today, because it's quite an impressive one.
It's a wild ride, yeah. That's for sure. All right, everybody put your cowboy hats on. Let's go. So my name is Melody King. I reside on Fort Myers Beach down here in sunny southern Florida. I am a captain. I run a charter business, Maritime Charter South. I currently have a almost 12-year-old little boy who is first mate as can be, man. I tell you what. I work on the pirate ship cruise of Florida as the Mermaid actress and first mate. So my name is Mermaid Melody, and I actually speak British for 90 minutes straight in a fully interactive children and adult show. So you've got to hear this story. Everybody wonders why there is a mermaid on a pirate ship in paradise, right? Well, actually, I was washed up on the shores in front of the Lonnie Kai, and a heathen was poking my face. Okay, and the pirate, Pickpocket Pete, say what? He saved me, and if it wasn't for him, I would still be shock bait. Ooh! All right, so that's my character. So if you want to get on a fun cruise, it's a fully interactive children's show down on Fort Myers Beach, which there's not a lot of activities going on for kids down there, but that is definitely something to see. Through my experience there, I obtained my 100-ton master captain's license, which is something near and dear to me. I've had a lot of good leadership from Maritime Charter South Captain Mark. Through all my experiences, there's been a lot of drunk captains trying to pave the way for me, specifically being a woman in a man's world. I have to tell you, it's been tough, Angie. It's been real tough.
Yeah, that's kind of, what this show is about, to kind of hopefully try to change that, as we share these stories of amazing, strong women who are really holding their own in the industry. So
that's really what it's about. It's about ambition. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that I'm not as motivated and capable as a man. And I've had many captains that I'm a part of their lives now. For instance, I also I'm learning to captain the Marco Island Princess for Sunshine Tours. And Captain Roger says, Melody, you work twice as hard as all the guys. He's like, it's crazy to see how hard you work. And I've always felt like I have to work twice as hard as all the guys. So I run circles around them boys now, which is fantastic. I actually got my claim to fame, so to speak, shark fishing. So I don't know if you've ever seen a 120-pound woman pulling a 250-pound bull shark, but I did it, and then he almost jumped in the boat, and then he bit our prop and broke off. But I colored him, so it counts. Yeah.
So I gotta know, how did you get into this industry in the first place? Like being a captain, fishing, all that stuff.
Well, great question. I didn't plan this, honestly. In 2014, January 4th, I was in a horrible car accident, I tell you. I was ejected as a passenger. I was run over by a bus on Stony Island and 103rd in Chicago, where I was on a contract I was an IT nerd behind a computer, doing nothing but type, and directing projects. So it's totally a different world from where I would have seen myself. But after that accident, my father passed away, had a very strange series of events happen, and it took me to a place of, it's now or never. Okay, what do I want to do with my life? I knew I wanted to be somewhere sunny, and I wanted to get on the other side of where all the rich IT people were spending their money. So I thought, man, if I moved to Fort Myers Beach, I could create a party business. So I started out on Fort Myers Beach April 1st, 2019. Jokes on everybody up in the Midwest where I left, where they thought I was going to be stuck in recovery forever. But after not walking for 1,351 days in front of an entire community, never know where I'm going to end up. So I moved to Fort Myers Beach April 1st, 2019, and my mom, I was anticipating bringing her from the Midwest also. She actually committed suicide on Mother's Day, May 10th, 2019. So I didn't get a chance. So in that very moment, realizing in hindsight, obviously as I look back on things, I'm doing all this for the people that can't do this, that can just watch from home possibly, maybe even just from Facebook, like Matt, Angie, and Matt. I have no idea who you guys are. Thank God for Facebook, and thank God for good people on Facebook, okay? So it's weird how things actually connected themselves. But I wound up a loudmouth bartender. I was called loudmouth bartender. She's never going to amount to nothing. I swear, just because I'm my mother's daughter, people thought I was going to end up crazy, right? Well, I'm crazy for adventure. So as a bartender down on Fort Myers Beach, COVID happened. I had an investor looking to invest in my party business. I just wanted to have parties on boats, And I ended up losing that investor because COVID happened and no one wants to invest in the party business when they're not allowed to be 6 feet apart and everybody has to wear a mask and all the parties were canceled. Well, I decided privately to have a party on the pirate ship in promotions for Maritime Charter South, and we ended up donating a large amount of money to Kids Minds Matter. So what matters to me is the minds of others. And everyone that's afraid, that sits inside themselves, I need you to just erupt. I need you to just find someone that's willing to take you adventuring, that's experienced, and that you can trust. So I've built my last 2 years on getting enough time to get my 100-ton Master Captain's license, which everyone that used to call me the Mermaid, well, it's not Captain Mermaid, it's Captain King now. But formerly, obviously, I like people just to call me by my name, Melody. It gets away from me because I'll go places on Fort Myers Beach and it's just Mermaid, 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 which was fun for a little while, And then through the evolution of myself, I found myself working for a Mariners Club over the summer in the Hamptons. So I ran Long Island in Hinckley power yachts. I learned how to drive yachts with jet stick propulsion, Hamilton jet drives. It looked like a good idea in the beginning until I got out there and found out what a fallacy Long Island and all of that is. So with that being said, when I got back, I had a very frustrated feeling inside, and I didn't really know the direction I wanted to take with my captain's license, besides running Maritime Charter South, of course. Mm-hmm. So I got on Craigslist, and I was looking for an offshore fishing ad, and I found one, and it was in Marco Island, and I show up to Miss Louise, the 31-foot Morgan fishing boat, and Captain Rogers, jubilant and happy to be there. And I was like, wow, this guy's an awesome leader. I can feel it already. And then I started hooking 250-pound Goliath groupers offshore Marco Island. Yep. And he said, I could see you driving the Marco Island Princess someday. And next I knew, I'm first mate and crew director on that boat, and I'm captain in training. So now here I am. I'll tell you, about 4 months after all of those things happened, I've been a wheel in motion, spinning, waiting for a season. I'm blessed that when I went to captain school, I met a 19-year-old boy. And
from billion-dollar ad budgets and arena naming rights to tens of thousands of retail locations, big wireless providers spend big to appear like they're your only option. How do they afford it all? That big bill you get at the end of every month. Mint Mobile had a different idea. Instead of brick and mortar overhead, Mint Mobile is online only. What does that mean for you? A whole lot of savings, because wireless plans from Mint Mobile start at just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You'll save enough that you can get a brand new rod and reel for the upcoming season. For anyone who just hates their phone bill, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan, and you can even keep your same phone number along with all of your existing contacts. By going online only and eliminating traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/waypoint. That's mintmobile.com/waypoint. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/waypoint.
He decides to invest in me, and his father bought us 2 boats. So I just delivered my 53-foot Hatteras Sport Fish yesterday to Fort Myers Beach, and I also have a Sea Ray 280 that we're really looking forward to putting in production here in the next couple of months.
Nice.
And we're doing something no one else is doing. I don't run that as a charter business, okay? Maritime Charter South, that's the charter business. Get on our boat. You can find us on Facebook. But what I'm doing with our new business is hook and cook.
Okay.
So it's different because over all of what I just told you, I caught the eye of a national brand. So I'm a Salt Life girl, I'm a Salt Life captain, and I'm really looking forward to creating a lot of content for Salt Life. So hopefully we can put people that have never been on boats on my boat. So when I say get on my boat, I mean that even if you can't afford it, hit me up. We can make something happen because there's something that happens when you get to leave this world. Mm-hmm. It's like an astronaut on the ocean, right? And the adventure that you get to experience, you come back to shore and you're changed. And it'll also humble you a whole lot when you're out there and you can't see land.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to trust yourself. You trust your instinct and you trust the people around you. And sometimes trust in this world is what we're lacking.
So really exciting times right
Yeah.
now for you. And so the hook and cook, so you take people out, you fish.
Yeah.
You clean the fish, you eat. I mean, is that...
Absolutely. So part of what it is when COVID happened and everybody was frantically searching for their grocery stores that are open and they were scared to go to the grocery store, I realized that there's food in the Gulf of Mexico that people don't know how to hook and they don't know how to clean and they don't know how to cook. So I'm more of a hands-on. I want to teach you how to fish so that if ever comes a time in this world where we're left to fend for ourselves again as our communities, we're able to do so.
Yeah.
So I'm also interested in teaching kids how to learn the waterways out in southern Florida. And I'm not really sure there's very many companies out there that are willing to take on the responsibility of all your children on my boat. But I'm already doing it on a pirate ship as a mermaid.
Right.
And so as a captain now, I just want to see people in their element eventually where they're able to live off the land.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's, teach, what it was that phrase, teach a man to fish or whatever. Well, I can't remember.
I know what you're saying.
But yeah, I had kind of a similar thing. So in Nashville, where I'm from, right before the pandemic hit, so I got my captain's license as well.
Cool.
Just upgraded to my master captain's license.
Atta girl.
Waiting to get my credentials processed, but I passed the test, all that. So.
Hang in there. It's a time-consuming process, but it's worth it.
It is, yeah. I think I accidentally wrote the wrong tonnage or something on the application, so now it's all like being held
On hold.
Yeah.
I had to literally call every other day, and I'm like, what's going on? Because I had the lady at the sea school in Cape Coral, actually. She's wonderful. Angela over there. I got to give her a shout out. All the captains over there, actually, because without them, I wouldn't be here. And they believed in me from the moment I walked into their classroom, But she sits down and fine-tooth combed everything for me. It was like perfect little package. I think I probably got my captain's license in 46 days after submitting my application, which is, it's unheard of. It's unheard of, actually. But I was a project manager, and there was no stone left unturned. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
South Dakota is expanding pheasant hunting's horizon and giving sportswomen a greater voice in the field. The connection to nature, the adrenaline of the hunt, the satisfaction of eating the game you bag, hunting is our shared legacy. everyone is welcome to enjoy it. Go to huntthegreatestsd.com to hear stories from women who hunt and learn what makes South Dakota the world's pheasant capital. That's huntthegreatestsd.com. South Dakota, sportswomen welcome. Cool. Well, so going into, I guess it was March of 2020, April, I was starting a pontoon karaoke.
Yes! Yeah, we're going to do karaoke on the boat too, guys.
Awesome.
Don't worry. It's a thing.
Awesome. Yeah, so I bought a little portable karaoke speaker that actually sounded really good just off of Amazon, and wireless mics, and I had the whole setup and the iPad with the Carafun app.
Yeah, so it's all right there.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so I was taking groups out, but of course the pandemic really hurt that. There were few and far between people that were comfortable enough to go out together.
Right.
So, but it worked out. I had plenty of, because I also do other things as well, and so I wasn't like hurting,
Well, listen, Angie, let's talk about let's talk about ambition. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you're ambitious enough, COVID can't stop you. Like you, look at you.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that commonality, I can't say that it's been easy at all. And public facing, I have a public profile on Facebook. If you want to find me, it's Melody King. Mm-hmm. I'm at the helm of a boat in a purple shirt. Can't miss me. But it's been interesting navigating how to go about this with COVID in the world,
right.
And I'll be quite frank with you. I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV, although I love Shameless. Makes me feel normal. I'm on the dock at 6 o'clock in the morning, and whether I'm doing boat repairs, maintenance, engine work, that's right, I crank wrench too.
Nice. That helps.
But it is a matter of taking yourself outside of the noise. Everything else is just noise. You keep your eyes on the prize, whatever it is. You can't give up. You can't belly up. I just made a post about bellying up and backing down, because it's in the moments where I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is, I don't know what's next for me. Because there are those moments, especially as a captain for hire over the summer. Mm-hmm. We pulled our skiff out, and I was like, oh, got to go to the Hamptons. Well, when I came back, I was like, what am I going to do? That's why I was looking on Craigslist just for fishing a charter that I could go work for. Mm-hmm. But because I didn't back down, I found the Marco Island Princess, and I found Captain Roger, and I found his first mate, Ben Bates. We call him Uncle Ben. Their leadership gives you the uplift that you need. Just because someone's investing their time to teach you the industry as a woman. And I said, it doesn't matter what marinas I may have worked for before that didn't treat me well, that didn't treat me equal. I'm working for one of the best marinas in Southwest Florida on the 4th largest commuter yacht. And I'm on my way as captain of a 90-foot yacht that does a spinabout to back in 110 feet. Did I mention that? So it's very skilled.
Right.
But even you, Angie, taking your time to interview me, and Matt taking your time to reach out to me, and then taking your time as a complete stranger that I just knew as a Facebook friend to reach out to Angie and put in a good word. I mean, I didn't do this, and I didn't get to where I am by myself. And I will say,
you guys are doing the same things, like the party things. The karaoke thing, the woman adventurer thing, and everything. I'm like, and then you were on the news the other morning.
I was,
and I was like, Angie, you got to meet Melody for sure.
Yeah, ABC 7 News, More Explorers. You can catch me next Monday morning also. So, yeah, it's pretty rad. I don't take credit for any of it, because without mental strength, I wouldn't physically be able to do anything. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of trauma, the car accident, losing my father. Just trauma. I tell you, my mom's passing was the fuel that lit my fanny on fire. And I said, my mom would love to see me not only as a captain, but it really igniting people's urge to adventure. Because a lot of people sit there and say, oh, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And they take a vacation, and then they're at the bars all the time, and they're on a nice sandy beach, but that's all they did. But there's a whole world that we don't know about in the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
So we actually added these 2 new boats so that we can get farther to go show people the things that I've already seen. And eventually a hook and cook turns into a spear and sear. So this is just the beginning, even though it seems like I've already made it so far. It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that you guys invited me on the show. So thank you, Angie.
Thank you for coming out. And, it speaks volumes to you to get the invitation and then jump on it, because a lot of people would maybe not, come up with an excuse or something.
So here, let me talk on that for a second. Boat transport last night, right? Moving my 53 Hatteras from Punta Gorda down here. Oh, we'll just do it on Friday. It doesn't look so bad. Sorry, can't. Okay, well, we're going to do it at night then. I was like, let's go. And I was the only one, I think, that ever ran at night. Like, pitch black like that last night. Wow. But I kept thinking, this is going to make a great podcast tomorrow. Because I was up till like 2:30 in the morning after we got back. Had a little pizza party on the dock. Because everybody thought I was buying a boat. I bought a 280 Sea Ray, but then they thought I was buying another boat, but that's what they thought because I actually bought a yacht. So if you guys want to go out, even if it's a little bit of a crap day, man, we'll just sit inside and watch football on TV.
Should have done the podcast on the new boat.
Yeah, we absolutely are looking forward to bringing you on our boat, for sure.
Awesome. Well, again, I appreciate you coming out, and I can't wait to see like you said, it does feel like, even though you've been on this path a long time, that this is just the beginning. And so I'm really excited to see your successes going forward.
Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that a lot.
I'll share your Facebook profile link. And do you have a website for the...
you can look up maritimechartersouth.com or Facebook Maritime Charter South.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll share that too.
I appreciate
that. Maybe a photo of your new boat so people can check that out and see what we're talking about.
That's what you thought. It's a yacht.
It's a yacht. Not a boat. It's a yacht.
Well, thank you very much, Angie. I appreciate it. Matt,